This episode is brought to you by Sortly. If you're growing your interior design business, then you know tracking inventory across projects, warehouses, and team members can slow you down. That's where Sortly comes in.
Sortly helps you manage furniture, decor, and materials effortlessly from any device, anywhere. Simplify your installs with barcode scanning and real-time updates, making it easy to export details for client proposals.
Sortly is the mobile inventory solution that your team will actually use, so you can stop losing time and money on messy spreadsheets and outdated systems.
Hot Young Designers Club listeners get 50% off their first year, plus a free 14-day trial. Sign up today at sortly.com/HYDC.
That's sortly.com/HYDC. Y'all were angry in the comments.
Okay, we got some feedback, we should say, on our last Just Stop episode. We should have known.
Oh, man. It was spicy.
Well, I guess we did turn the I guess you say put a mirror up to a lot of us out there.
Specifically, this is about having your toes out in headshot photos or branding photos or whatever.
Yeah, and so a lot of you felt attacked. I started feeling attacked because you were coming at me. And I think it was Sean that was, I'm just blaming you because I think it was you that had the most issue with it.
I had the most to say about it. Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't have a thing against feet. I know there are people out there who are like, ew, I don't want to see people's toes. I want to see people's feet. That's not a problem for me. I'm not saying I'm into toes. I'm not saying I have a fetish for toes. I'm just saying, I don't know. And there were a few people telling me in my DMs that they actually retook photos because they didn't end up liking having those original photos, and that in their current photos, they have decided to change their footwear. Because I do think this was like a zeitgeist thing, that the barefoot photo thing was that. And I do think a lot of photographers tend to just stick with what they want to do.
Yeah, I don't know. This is like me offering explanations. But also when you're at a project, a lot of times I take my shoes off just to be respectful in someone's home. Maybe not barefoot, but
yeah.
And when I'm home, it feels weird for me to wear shoes. So I think when you're like comfortable in a house, sometimes it's just the natural thing to do. But like I feel weird wearing shoes in my office. Like I shouldn't be wearing shoes, not because of a cleanliness thing, just because I'm relaxed there. But yeah, I
don't feel like I can work unless I have my shoes on at my office.
Oh,
like I will be barefoot sometimes. Yeah, it's like I need to have a shoe on because I'm ready all the way. Which for a headshot, I feel like is the other. That's the thing too. You like want to feel completely ready as if you're walking out. For a headshot, that might not be the same for like every day.
Yeah, and it also makes me like stand differently, like depending on what shoes I'm wearing or not. So I am personally not out there like judging people who have barefoot photos on their website. So I can't speak for everyone on this show, but don't worry.
I would just say, I think we held a mirror up. Because this is what my therapist would say of like, if you're reacting that way, ask yourself why. Is it because you know it's not the thing that would give the best professional impression to someone, and now you're like bothered a little bit that that's out there? It's like, hey, guess what? We learn, we grow, we make changes. We didn't all start with affluent, high net worth clients, and some things are easier for your clients to feel reflected in your photo, like they see themselves maybe. Like,
yes. And I also think it's like the other hot topic on this show was the millennial of it all. You guys felt also attacked that I called you future boomers, because you are, but the second largest generation to come. But I think it's also a little bit of that. Like I don't know if we talked about it on the show, made the connection, but I do think the barefoot photo is a millennial cultural thing.
Yes.
And like comes from like that blogger generation of like, I'm just relaxed. And then, so I think the mirror part is also like, hey, am I still teasing my bangs and wearing too much eyeliner? Like some stuff you just have to
Wait, is this like blush blindness? And then you have brow blindness, and now we have barefoot blindness.
But it's all things blindness, because it's like you get used to doing something and you have to like stop sometimes and really determine like, am I getting stuck in my old ways? Because this is what happens when you get older. So like,
of like, I just don't know any other way. Yeah.
Or you didn't even think about it. Like most of this is thoughtless. Like you're just doing what you've always done. So
yeah, because I would just say none of you showed up to the place where you were having your headshots taken barefoot. You had a shoe on to arrive there in one way, shape, or form. So maybe we think about what is that shoe gonna be?
Time and place. Or like
bring one
if
extra.
AD is gonna do a at-home interview of you and your family and you're taking casual photos at home, be barefoot there. You're home in your own house.
Yeah, I don't know that I would. I'm actually wondering now when I've watched video content from other designers, like especially bigger ones, like they're wearing a shoe.
They're shot
when they're doing like video walkthroughs of projects that they're putting on their Instagram or using for reels or marketing. Like they're always in a shoe that I've seen. Like
I know. I think it's like probably, I don't know. Whatever you decide, just make sure you're actually deciding it. Like, I'm doing this because I want to feel very relaxed.
And I
want to appear very relaxed. Yes. Versus,
but if it's like I just didn't have time to shop or I don't know what to do, so barefoot is the answer.
Or it's the end of install day and I'm tired. Yeah. Like make it a marketing choice.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't worry. And millennials, like you're as a millennial.
Look, y'all, here's my argument though. I actually think that millennials are, because of all the unprecedented times we've had to live through, I'm gonna say that I kind of think we're actually like was it silent generation before the boomers, the boomer parents, because they also went through everything. They went through multiple world wars. No, but like generationally, I'm wondering like what will be our thing? Is it silent generation went through all the bullshit, but they also got a lot of good stuff at the end, but they did have to go through like depressions, world wars, like
but they were more stoic.
Yeah,
because I think the Great Depression was pretty major too.
I mean, it's literally called the Great Depression,
and there's no technology to like document every little quirk.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know I don't know what our defining factor will be, but I hope it's not that we just hold on to things that were given to us at the birth of the internet and we never learned how to try anything different.
I'm just saying that has nothing to do with being a millennial. It's just the fact that millennials are now aging. So you're in that soup with the rest of us.
As an aging millennial,
not the cool new generation anymore. So
ooh, that's a whole separate thing we could talk about, which is realizing the world is no longer talking about you or paying attention to you. But that's a whole other episode. We're really here to talk about a couple things that are coming up also. If you're planning to be in High Point this fall.
October, yes.
We will be there in October, and we are planning on the Saturday morning, the 25th of October this year. We will be having a tour. And we'll put more information together and let you know, but we want you to earmark some time for us that morning on the 25th of October at High Point Market, and tell them what's happening on Sunday.
Sunday, we're going to be part of a panel in the afternoon. So we'll talk about more details on our socials and when everything's announced on here. But yeah, we would love to see you. So either hit us up Saturday morning or Sunday afternoon or both.
We'd love to see both. And we've also set this up a little bit more this year, so that way we have some time to really less itinerary driven for our tour, and more opportunities for us to just chat and hang out and talk and gossip and get advice from each other. So I think this will be really fun.
Yeah, we're trying to be relaxed.
We're trying to be
wearing shoes. We'll be wearing shoes the entire time.
See, this is how you know, y'all, Rebecca and I are on that. We already know each other's punchline. We're already there. So
we just did the opposite.
That's coming up for High Point. We'd love to see you there. And for today's episode with Judi Lee-Carr, it's really stuck with me. She said a couple of things that I needed to hear when I was ready to hear some things about opportunities and when to say yes, and also just facing adversity in our businesses. And I think that that topic doesn't get touched on enough about how our lives and our work are so blended together. So I'm really happy that she shared so much with us.
Yeah, everything in our lives affect our business, and everything in our business affects our lives. So yeah, it's just about persevering and making adjustments. So she's amazing. Love talking to her, and know you guys will love hearing her.
You got it. Welcome to the Hot Young Designers Club podcast.
I'm Rebecca Plum, your big sister.
And I'm Sean Surha, your GBF.
We're not that hot or that young,
but we believe it's a state of mind that helps us build adaptable and profitable businesses.
We rely on the support of our design besties to get through each day.
So let's explore the emotional, practical, and humorous sides of being interior designers.
Welcome to the club. Hey, Sean.
What's up, Rebecca?
I'm so excited. We have Judi Lee-Carr with us this morning. Hi, Judi.
Hi, you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here.
We were just starting to talk before we pushed record, and I'm like, we got to stop talking and put it on the pod.
Save it for the podcast.
Yeah. So you and Sean have met because you guys are both in the LA area.
And we've had lunch before, and we've chatted all over DMs and and text messages.
And I feel like I know you through just DMs, but yeah, we've never actually had any FaceTime. So this is very exciting. Oh, I didn't say. So your company is named Jubilee Interiors.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about your where you are and your business? Just a quick introduction.
Of course. Hey guys, I'm Judi. Company is Jubilee Interiors. We are a full-service residential interior design firm. We are based in Westlake Village of Southern California. We are in business. We've been in business for almost 5 years. We actually turned 5 years this month.
Congrats.
Crazy how time
COVID,
really
baby.
flies. I know. So the business really was born from COVID. I should probably preface this by saying that I'm not originally from the United States. I am originally from Singapore, born and raised, and I only moved out here in 2018 for love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the country, and it's the end of 2018. So I've had a whole year in the country before COVID hit. So those were wild times, let me tell you.
You barely got to explore and start getting really comfortable with where you were before it starts changing dramatically again.
So were you doing design in Singapore?
I did interior design for, let's say, honestly, I didn't do the math, but I want to say about 8 years prior before I moved to the country. But my background was in fashion merchandising. That's where my degree, almost degree. I didn't finish my degree.
It's okay.
It's a whole nother
we
story.
Won't tell anyone.
Look where you got without it.
So I was in school for fashion merchandising. I came from a really, really humble background, and in fashion school, fees are expensive, and you've got to buy materials. You've got so many expenses that is outside of just the school fee. So I kind of took a year to defer and go to work. So I was working part-time as a sales associate in a fashion luxury retail shoe store, and a position for visual merchandising opened up, and I saw the opportunity and I applied for it and I got the role. So I was a visual merchandiser for 3 or 4 months when I was just in the store, just kind of touching up the store, setting up for an installation for a designer to come on board. And then a family in the store saw me doing what I was doing, and he asked what I was doing, and I told him I was a visual merchandiser. And then he told me, well, I just bought a house in Singapore. Can you decorate it for me?
What?
I know.
Okay, this is a
Wait,
rom-com.
it's legit?
No, that's really how my entrance into interior design was.
Wow.
But
Was
it
it
gets better.
A high-end home?
Yeah, it was the Four Seasons residence in Singapore.
Shut the what
Girl.
the? Okay, say more. Now I'm invested. This is the Gilded Age HYDC edition.
I want to watch this movie. Yeah.
Oh my God. So he told me he just bought a house in Singapore. He needs it done in 3 weeks because he's got business associates coming. And he's not from Singapore. He's from Indonesia. So I said yes. I was 18 going on 19. So I had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I just went to furniture stores, picked things out, a mix of everything that I know. I had no idea what furniture store except IKEA was. We don't have Target. We don't have all of your big brands like Crate and Barrel. There was
like everything's
there was
imported,
like
right?
Everything's all imported.
Or like custom produced or something there, or like you'd really have to find local makers probably if you
But you wouldn't have those contacts yet. What did he like give you his credit card? Like how did you do it?
So wow, this was about a while back. I gave him a contract, a really rough contract that I pull off, I don't know, Google or something.
Good job.
Yeah.
And I just tell him to fill in his credit card info. Like I just have a piece of paper and went shopping with that credit card info.
Wow.
And they like,
yeah, and he let me. Awesome. I mean, I was a stranger, so
that means he had money because he was not worried about. He's like, whatever. If she buys a sofa, okay. Like,
oh, if you guys know what Singapore is like, Singapore houses are insane. The price of living is way much more than it is anywhere in the United States.
Right.
And the Four Seasons is probably like up there too. Amazing.
A prime spot to be for someone who's coming in for business a lot or is probably entertaining and wants to be comfortable, right? Okay.
It's a country that is really known for trading and imports, and we're really the hub of like Southeast Asia. So yeah, I went shopping. I pulled off his home. He liked it. For God knows the reason what I did. I did a lot of like mid-century pencil style like chairs, a mix of IKEA. Honestly, I'm glad that he liked it. He liked it so much. Listen, he liked it so much that he told me he owns a boutique hotel in Indonesia, several boutique hotels in Indonesia, and he wants me to come and refresh some of the spaces, the restaurants, a few rooms, and he was building a residential tower. He wants me to do the lobby.
And you did it?
So I moved to Indonesia. I was 19. I moved to Jakarta. And I was on contract for 18 months.
Oh my God.
So that's my first interior design gig. I was around the hospitality industry.
I love this like sense of adventure and just do it. Like,
why is this so now deep in the lore?
I know. We need to hear this story on Instagram. Like literally this could be a movie.
Wait, like so you had like a lot of courage and audacity and everything to go to Jakarta and starting a whole business from nothing and it's like an adventure because it's not your home country. You don't have any resources there. So you just have like the gumption to just jump in and do it. Is that it?
I think so. I mean, it wasn't a whole business. I was employed by him. So I was on salary. It wasn't a business.
Which is even better probably at that time.
Oh, yeah. When you were 19.
You don't have to bill him and stuff. Yeah.
I was being paid what I would say I would be paid when I was 26 with a degree. So at 19, it felt really good. It felt really nice. Just being out of the country. Singapore really is a bubble. It was really interesting. It really opened up my eyes to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I think, to Sean's point, like you've got to have a lot of like gung-ho, do you say gung-ho? Like bravery to just do it.
Yes.
I think I was scared. I was really scared at that point. And I had my first boyfriend. I was afraid of doing long distance, even though the flight was like an hour apart only, an hour and a half apart. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I think this is one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. So why not?
So you didn't go to fashion school.
So I took on this job with the intention. Well, I took on the fashion merchandising job with the intention of doing it for a year, and then jump back into my we call like our program, like our university or our college, So, but this job opportunity came up. It was for 18 months. I figured, well, I'm just gonna do this, and if I can go back to school, because I think the deferment of the school was only for a year. It was only valid for a year. But I was just going to do it and figure it out after. And my parents were the type of parents who would like, no, school is more important. Like, you've got to get your degree. I think my parents were complete entrepreneurs as well. My dad has been running his business for the longest time. So
that's really helpful.
They were very non-traditional Asian parents. And I love them so much. Oh, I miss them.
Oh, okay. So you're in Jakarta, and then what year is this?
Wow. This was when I was 19. So,
I mean, you don't have to reveal your age.
20.
Out your age.
Well, I'm 34 this year. I just can't remember what year it was. 20.
So this is like 2018 probably.
No, not 20.
Or
no, more like 2010.
Oh, even further back, yeah.
I was born
in
in 1991.
We're designers, not calculators. So
2010. 2010.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, my math is pretty good. Yeah. But, yeah.
Honestly, it's like post-recession, like even globally, there were impacts of the recession into the global economy post that. Like it was not just the US, but there was still this like sense that things were going to start growing and moving once things stabilized. And I feel like that was probably a kind of an exciting time for a lot of careers were taking off around that time, from tech to design to everything else. So what happened next?
Yeah, so I want to make sure we have time to get into your business now, because I know you're doing a lot now too. So like that's basically, just from what you've told us before, that's 10 years until you move here. So like, were you doing interiors that whole time?
So I was with the company for 18 months. Did not do a good job. I sucked at it. I don't know if I can say suck. Sorry.
You can say whatever you want. We are
horrible.
You can say things that rhyme with suck.
I think a lot of those would come up easily. But so I did not do a good job. I mean,
you had no resources.
I was not an interior designer.
Right.
Yeah.
I was not. Like, face it. I did not know what CAD was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know how to render?
I don't even know an interior designer.
Yeah.
I don't even know a single name. Like, I didn't even know it was a job, honestly. It was a curriculum in my school, but anyway, I did not
have known where to start.
But I sought out mentors. Like, I looked to architects, the people that we were collaborating with. I kind of like pulled ideas and figure out on my own. I don't think I did a really great job. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but I really don't think I did a good job. I did not enjoy the job either, but it really opened up the world of interior design for me. So 18 months later, I'm like, interior design is not for me. Let me go back to school. But my school, I couldn't go back to school. So I'm like, well, what's the shortcut way for me to get my degree so I can get back to work, right? I didn't know that it was not a degree, but I did a 6-month certificate course in London at Condé Nast College. So I moved there.
Cool.
6 months. Yeah, it was just a certificate course. I thought it was a degree, but it wasn't. So for 6 months, I did that. I was done. But I love living in London so much that I figured I don't want to move back home. So I tried looking for jobs out there. Didn't get any job, but I got visual merchandising gigs in Paris. Like, just like one-off projects. So I moved there. As I did. And I met a man. And I moved there for 6 months with him, and my visa was up. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go home. Went home, applied for fashion jobs, didn't get anything just because, I don't know. People didn't like me. I don't know. But my best friend, who was an interior designer, very, very extremely coincidental that he went the interior design route. He was also in fashion, but he went interior design route. So he got me in his company and we worked together. It was a very non-traditional interior design company. It was more of a design build, but on a commission base type of firm. So the company provides you resources, trainings, a studio, and leads. So the company would give us leads to reach out to potential clients, and you do the sales. You get the sales, you get into contract, you design, you project manage, you build, and you hand over. So I did that for about 2.5 years. And in between, I met my husband online through Instagram.
And he was living where?
He was living here in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's long distance.
Yeah, so we did long distance. We were friends on Instagram for a while, just through the love of food. I saw a food picture on his feed. I double tapped it. And then we just started talking. And we started talking for a year before we were like, you know what, there's something there. So let me fly to LA. I haven't been to LA before. Can I come and visit and you show me places? And one thing led to another. We were doing long distance for 3 years, going back and forth. And
wow.
There were a lot of things that happened in between, but unfortunately, the politics of the country made us get married. Fortunately and unfortunately, we got married in 2018. So I moved here, and the rest is history.
Yeah, now you guys have a little girl and you're growing a whole new business here. That's wild. That's a lot.
You had a whole lifetime before
Congratulations.
this. Yeah.
Thanks,
Kudos.
thanks.
Like that takes like the journey that you're sharing took a lot of work and personal growth, but also the influences that I'm sure traveling in Europe helped you with, and just like having a globalized perspective really probably puts a lot of little things in perspective faster for you when you're like, hold on, I've seen a lot of other bigger things, so we can handle this now. Like this is not as big of a deal as it might seem when you've watched it play out on like much
100%.
higher stakes levels at times.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I'm going through hard times right now, I keep thinking about what I've went through back then, and it was a journey for sure. It was a journey, and my journey continues after.
Yeah, because not everything lasts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's always ways to reinvent yourself, or opportunities are going to come to you. And that's like, I think the beauty of what you did is we all get opportunities, but we don't always say yes. Like some things are too scary for a lot of people. But you like just said, what the hell, and went for it. And that like took you all over the world. That's so cool.
Yeah. And I think to your point, saying yes had really propelled me in life. Like, I think saying,
faster.
When you are, I know a lot of people say like, oh, you have to start saying no, you got to protect your boundaries. But when you are starting out fresh and you have nothing to lose, saying yes to everything that comes your way just opens up the world to you. When I first moved here, I wasn't allowed to work legally. Just because you needed to wait till your employment visa comes through. There was a whole process. I was a 90-day fiance. Oh God. I said yes to an interior designer that I was following on Instagram, and she asked me, I asked her for a job, and she's like, well, I could have you do internship for free. I can't pay you, but we need help. So I said yes to that, and they were out in Culver City. I was in Camarillo. I don't know if you know the distance between Culver City and Camarillo.
It's another planet.
Yeah.
I can drive to Mexico faster than I can get to Camarillo from Long Beach.
True. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's an hour and a half commute one way, but I wasn't getting paid and I didn't have a car. So I, out of my own pocket, rent a car to drive out to Culver City to work for free and drive back home. So I did that for like 7 to 8 months. And saying yes to that really taught me so much about interior design in this country, because I knew I was from a whole different country. I knew I had to like get my foot into the water. Is that the right term? Is that the right term?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Like some way, and she really opened up the whole full service residential furnishings, construction management, and they were doing really big projects. Like it was a great company to start out with. Let me just put it that way. Like there were NDA signed. I can't really share a lot. Like it was just a very good opportunity. And that opportunity led me to fast forward my business when I started. When she knew I was starting my business, she started referring clients my way that she didn't want to take on, like small projects, or if it wasn't a right fit. She's like, well, there's a new interior designer that used to work with us. If you want to reach out to her. And that's how I got my start.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Well, I like to think of stuff like that, like opportunities like that, especially. Yes, you went out of pocket for a car, but it's like that was your education. So it probably costs less than going to university and getting a 4-year degree.
For sure.
Probably costs a lot less than that. Yeah. And you just like fast tracked into having a business, which a university degree doesn't do. So I think that was really smart.
Yeah. Shout out to Andrea from Jack Interiors. You're awesome.
We'll put her in the show notes.
Okay, so you left there and basically started your own business.
I did. So after I got my employment card, I started looking for a job that would pay me. Right.
Yeah.
They weren't in the right capacity to hire me, even though they would. I bet you that they would. So I applied for a job and got a job right away at a design build firm locally here in Westlake. 3 months there, got tons of training. Got tons of training with like their programs, their software. It was a very design focused position for the construction. They only do remodels, and they were like big, large scale remodels. So 3 months of training out there, and COVID happened. I was the last to hire, first to fire.
Naturally.
So, yeah, it was a great 3 months. And I'm still in touch with the owners. We left on good terms, but it was out of need more than anything. But in that 3 months, I made a connection with one of the clients there. And when I told her I was starting my own business, she's like, well, can you do some of my rooms with furnishings? Because the company that I was in, they only did remodeling, like the built side of things. They don't actually do the furnishings. So the client said, like, well, since do you want to do some rooms of mine? Like, I've got a guest bedroom that needs to be fully furnished. We've got the whole entire exterior and backyard that needs to be fully furnished, and a couple other spaces and pockets.
So you just start opening up accounts and
yeah.
Amazing.
So I just started opening my accounts. I signed for my LLC on August 26th, get my resource cert. I'm like, let's do it.
And you're doing it.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So do you feel like Jubilee was born, like, what was it born out of? Was it necessity? Was it, there just, like, it was.
Did you want to start a business? Was that your dream?
It was serendipitous, honestly, because I felt like I knew I always wanted to start something of my own. Like, best friends and I back home in Singapore, we were always like, oh, let's do something together. Let's start a firm together. But I never thought I would actually venture out on my own. And coming with family with entrepreneurial parents, like, it came to me really quickly that there's no fear in starting out something new if you have nothing to lose. Like, I didn't have like assets or like a property where I would like put it on that might
you're risking it.
Yeah, like the risk factor
you
is
can't
not
lose
that
all
high.
the stuff in your life just by starting a business. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and you have faith in yourself. Like, you've done so much already to like prove that you're gonna figure it out. Like, if you get over your head, you're gonna find a mentor, find somebody who knows better. Like, all these things are solvable without, I don't know, messing up your life or somebody's house.
Truly,
like, just go step by step.
I mean, as long as I don't bring their roof down.
Right.
I think, to answer your question, I think it was also out of need. It was a little bit of both. Honestly, it was through the need of wanting to work. I was in the country for almost 2 years by then, and I haven't really had my foot into the ground with work. Like, I was desperate for the creative urge to actually be useful. And if anybody knows me, I'm a huge workaholic. Starting to work so early and so young, there was that sense of pride that, like, I'm such a good worker. I'm such a hard worker. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, there is that bit of ego where if you're unemployed, you're just good for nothing. So I really wanted to work, so I put myself out there. So it was a little bit of both.
Ooh, I don't even want to unpack all of that, but like my burnt out former perfectionist must be productive millennial training feels what you're saying so much of, whether it's cultural or otherwise, it's that like drive to make something of your own and to be like to have something that you've done. Like it really does help fulfill a sense of self-worth and
also
helps you see
that
country, you're capable of things. Like,
to have something that was your own in a new country probably was driving part of it too. Like,
well, I think the whole new country part was the actual opposite of what I really wanted to create out on my own. Because I think there was a fear of not being good enough. Imposter syndrome, thank you. Where, like, I didn't even know the metric and imperial system conversion yet by then.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't.
We were centimeters and meters and millimeters and like
I just
fractions
thought of that.
and like, oof.
Our stupid system. Yeah. Oh God.
But also just like the natural memory that I have of like standard measurements and sizes for you, you're having to convert and go, oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. That's from a counter to, counter to counter in a kitchen.
Step.
And like,
yeah. Oh yeah. All the measurement, like, yeah. Oh my God.
I can look at a space and kind of have an idea already. Like, oh yeah, I just
another
need like 40
language you're learning.
Yeah.
And it's another language I'm learning. Yeah.
Like those are two languages basically.
Yep. Anyway,
what is Jubilee doing? Jubilee Interiors doing like now? Like, what would you say the majority of your work looks like, and how do you guys, divide
what's
all
your
of their
team
time?
too?
So good question. We are 75% developers and builders right now. Wow. That's where we are headed. And that's where I want to keep growing. We never started out this way, but we primarily do a lot of multifamily. We do model homes. We do community spaces, apartment leasing offices, sales office, amenity spaces. And we still do a 25% custom home builds.
Yeah.
And remodel and like cosmetic interiors as well. We still do like a little bit of furnishings here and there. I don't think there is any one right project. To me, it's more so if it's a right fit, if I think the chemistry is good with the clients and I know I can do a good job, because I've taken on jobs where I know I can't do a good job for, not just like with the chemistry of the clients, but like stylistic, what is your aesthetic looking like? Or even if the money is like, I'm sure everybody knows this, like you want to say yes if the money is good, but that will burn you out.
Yes.
But so
if
really
you don't get done fast,
everything.
it just hurts you because you're just like, I'm going against my grain too much. Like,
you want the client to be happy.
Of course, I think we're all people pleasers here.
Yeah.
So we want the clients to be happy. And I don't want to end up holding resentment of the client, like, oh, why can't they just listen to what I'm saying and what I want them to do? When you already saw the red flags that like she wants a Beverly Hills like looking house, and I am just so much more of a casual, laid back, quiet luxury type of vibe, you know?
Oh, how
But we really
fascinating.
primarily focus on the residential industry. I say yes to everything if it's the right fit client-wise, right fit aesthetic-wise, and obviously money.
Yeah. And I'm sure do developers make that easy? Like, what makes you say, like, hey, this feels like a direction we want to lead? Because I thought that was really fascinating. It's not how you started, but you're now like, hey, we like leaning this direction.
So with multifamily, it's a little bit different because I got my toes dipped through Andrea at Jack Interiors. I think as well with Intracorp Homes, they were my first developer clients. They found Andrea somewhere and she referred me to them, and she looked at my Instagram. She's like, oh, I do like her style. Sure, she doesn't have multifamily background, but she's got a sense of style, and I feel it would be a really good fit for the project that we're developing in Arcadia. So she reached out to me. She's like, hey, I know it's not your world, but we would love to bring your custom home experience into our multifamily home situation, right? A multifamily home world. So it was a learning curve because they do things so differently. Sure, you're building the house. It's all the same steps, but you are targeting with the idea of not targeting. You're not designing for a person, a family. You're designing for a potential buyer. And you're really thinking of it more as a sales and marketing vision.
Yeah, it's more of like a brand story, right?
Yeah.
Hey, designers, are you feeling isolated?
Maybe looking for some more community?
That's why we created our Loyal Hottie membership.
So for just $10 a month, you get the following.
We give you all the real conversations with other designers. Every month, we host a Hottie Hangout live on Zoom.
Once a month, me and Sean do an exclusive episode. This is the less filtered hot tea version of the podcast with video.
Yeah, because you need more of that.
You do.
And we have a private Facebook group that's just for the Loyal Hotties. It's a safe place where they all connect and share information and resources with each other.
You can find it at www.patreon.com/HYDC to sign up.
So it really is, like you said, it's a brand story. We create like a pretend demographic of each person. Like we create this persona, what their job scope is, how old is your kid. And we really design this pretend person that would live in the city of Arcadia who is in this price point and demographic. And we really just design based off that with the intention of still keeping true to what Jubilee Interiors is, which is what we work with the design ethos of organic modern living. So really earthy, it's contemporary. I can't do anything historical because that's not my background. But I really love the homes where it feels really lived in and warm. It's color, but not colorful. So knowing that's my approach to everything that I bring, the developers needs to be on board with. That's where what I can do for them.
Right.
And honestly, I think model home industry is a really whole different aspect. I don't know if you guys visit model homes, and I never knew what model homes were until
I
I
love
was
them.
job.
My mom and I used to go like every weekend when I was a kid. Like like in the 80s too. It's so funny now that I think
I wish
about
there
it,
were
but
more.
there's such a fantasy involved. Like even just as a person walking into one, you just can imagine yourself living in it and the like little lifestyle vignettes that are created, and everything just feels like full of possibility. Like I think it's really cool.
I think it's really fun. I never had that growing up. I never knew what model homes were until I got this job, like I said. So it was really interesting. And because of my lack of experience there, I feel like that's where I really brought a lot of different perspective from a typical model home. And that's where the company really wanted me to like excel. They really wanted to bring something different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you walk into the models that we design, like it really feels like somebody's home and not just like a fantasy or like, oh, it's so pretty. You know what I mean? Like it's different. It's really a different perspective. And I feel that's where we really excel, and that's where other new developers started coming our way. Yay.
I have a friend who does this, and she loves it because like once you have a good developer relationship, like the client relationship is so easy. Like she likes that it's not personal. Nobody's like thinking it's an emergency. There's no design emergencies because it's just like more transactional in a way as far as like the relationship with the client, which she says is just easier.
No, I 100% agree with that. There is not a lot of emotions attached. Sure, It needs to be beautiful. It needs to resonate with the developers for their brand, because ultimately they are the face of the communities that they're building.
And they need it to work. They need it to sell. Yeah.
100%. And yes, it feels more transactional. However, that relationship building of not so much the clients, but like the marketing department, the production of the people.
Yeah, the teams you're working with.
There's still so much more relationships there, because they still got to understand your vision to build it, right?
Yeah, they have to trust you somewhat. Yeah.
And that's also why I kind of really still want to keep my custom homes portion of the business. I love our multifamily clients and developers, but there's still a little part of me that I want to create sanctuaries for actual people. Because ultimately they love the models, they love the clubhouses, but it's not theirs to live in. And
the emotional side, I could see where you would want some of it still. Because that's the part that I love too. So you want to keep that. So do you feel like this ratio's working? Like that's kind of the model you want to keep?
I think so. I think 75-25 is good. Yeah.
So who's on your team now? You have some folks, right?
So it's been myself and Michelle for a long time. We grew and we scaled down. We were a team of 4.5, and then we scaled down to just 2 of us for a long time. And Michelle is leaving me, unfortunately. I'm really excited for her. So if you guys know Michelle, y'all should check out her Instagram. She's big in the cosplay, comic book world. She does this for a hobby, and it's her passion. She's like influencer level in her industry. She's in all the conventions. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So she's making a go of it?
She's recently got an opportunity to be a senior comic book analyst.
Wow.
Don't ask me what she does, but
I was like, yeah, we'll have to ask her. I had no idea.
I know. So I'm really excited for her. She's never had her passion become a career.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely happy for her. But we are hiring to replace her. I'm not putting this out there for job, like what do you call that? Like,
we're not publishing this just to get you job listings.
Yeah, that's right. But we do actually I've submitted an offer letter on Friday, and so hopefully she will accept it. But we also hired a studio coordinator. She's starting tomorrow.
Oh,
big transitions. So she's going to be a studio coordinator. Hopefully everything goes well.
No, that's fantastic.
I love delegating. I don't by any means think I'm a good leader or a manager. I am the complete opposite of being a good employer.
I don't believe it.
I love working in a team.
I feel like you have a really strong process from what I see. Like you seem like you're really organized, and like you have a way of doing things that is repeatable, right?
Yeah, so I think we do really have a good process. We are extremely process oriented. I've got procedures for everything, and this is where I'm saying that I'm not going to be it's going to be an easy ride for anybody to come on board. I know this for sure because you literally have like check boxes to go through in our Asana. Like you can't miss a task.
That's good leadership.
Yeah, but I just don't see myself as I hate this word, but like boss, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm more like they are working for me actually, if anything.
Yeah, so more leader focused than anything else is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's different ways. There's different ways of leading. Like you can lead from behind and like kind of help support people to be in front of you and ahead of you, and the ones that they can be the star while you're like supporting. You don't always have to be telling people what to do. Like
and managing all their time in and time out and can I go on vacation type of, you're like, hold on guys.
I know.
Do you need vacation and can we do it? Great. Otherwise not add one. Don't add it to my list. Like
100%. I think, like I said, they're working for me. I'm working for them.
Right.
That out.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
They're there to help you get things moving and done and like get the projects.
Or you're there to help them keep things moving and get done.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. We're going to be a team of 3. When things pick up, I really need to hire an interior designer. And that's really just the perfect world. It's a team of 4.
So you'd have like a senior interior designer helping to take on a lot of creative for you.
Yeah.
So what is the new role that the new roles are studio manager?
So a studio coordinator.
Okay.
And the second person would be a procurement and marketing lead. So it's a hybrid position where they're really just taking care of like procurement and anything marketing, but marketing outside of social media.
What does that look like? What is that? Does that exist anymore? Tell us.
Who is that?
Like marketing is like so many other aspects outside of social media. Like taking care of like newsletters.
Mm-hmm.
When we get when we have events, because I like throwing events now apparently. What else? Like any features or press or any editorial that needs to be updated to the website. So I think marketing is a little bit of everything and making sure that all of our leads are being captured into our address book. That's a whole thing, honestly. It's not someone's full-time job, but it's a job still.
Yeah, because I haven't been doing it for months.
I know.
So
there's also there's like the barriers of me. It's not the thing I need to do all day, and it falls to the bottom of the priority list. So I do think it's like something you're touching on is something we probably like the pattern we're hearing from a lot of designers, and we've also, Rebecca and I are paying attention to it because our teams have shifted or changed and adapted, and we've gone through adjustments. And there is like the common thread seems to be when you're smaller, you do need people who are going to be sort of a jack of all trades types of employees who are willing to jump in on everything. They can't really, and you can't really afford to leave them siloed as like your only function is procurement or your only function is admin. It does seem that in general trend is smaller firm, you need people who can adapt and take on a bunch of stuff and fill in the gaps. And then as you get larger, that's when you can really start to afford to like specialize your talent to very specific types of things. And sometimes, like you're pointing out, some people don't, for better or worse at some firms, sometimes people don't come with you. And it sounds like in this case, it was good that your teammate and your friend is like able to find something that she's passionate about that can be a career. And I think a lot of designers get kind of, I don't know, maybe sad or defeated feeling when their teams turn over or people leave them. And so I think it's okay to acknowledge
or take it personally.
Yeah. Like you feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, I think I've gone through that before. Back in 2024, last year, I've went through that before where we have team turnover, and it's not out of. But I've experienced where my team had to move forward with something else in their life, and it was hard. It was really hard. I did take it personal, especially everybody that I work with are my friends. There's something about like creating the friendship when you're working so closely with each other. It hit me a lot harder, but I was also not in a great emotional state because I was postpartum. There was a whole episode of not being in a very stable mental health. situation. But from that, I've learned to never take things personally. When Michelle told me about this job, it wasn't so much like, how could you do this to me? It was more like, oh, shoot, now what?
Right.
For myself.
Like, what do I
like,
do?
I'm extremely happy for her. I would never even, I don't think I've ever even like counter offer, like, do you want more money? Or do you want a better position? Like, do you want, like, I would never do that to her because I know this was something that she wanted to pursue on her own. And I think it would be extremely hypocritical of me to like, don't chase your passion, keep working for me. I've learned that the people that you work with, you want what's best for them, whether if it's to keep growing in your company or to advance somewhere else. So I don't think I took it personal. It was more like, oh man, now what? And she did give me like a month and a half. She gave me a month and a half.
She really, you guys really like each other then. Like, that's a very, like, I want to do right by the people around me, which does tell me that you're a better boss than you think you are for your, if someone's able and willing to like give you a really long ramp like that, that does say something really great. Yeah. About the person you had on your team, you know, but also about your instincts and the way you want to have a team it's really hard. And I'm glad you did talk about a little bit about like postpartum and how that affected like your mood and energy or the way you make decisions. Do you want to add anything to that for hotties who are listening?
I think when I had my baby after, but it was so hard for me because I feel like a lot of interior designers out there, and there's no right way or wrong way, but a lot of interior designers out there were moms first. They had their baby, and then they're like, I don't want to work a 9-to-5 anymore. Let me start my business. Right? Whereas I felt like I was already established. I had a team of 4 people. Like, we've got a payroll that needs to keep going. And then I had my baby. So, like, I'm sure there are interior designer business women out there who went through the same trajectory as I did. But I don't know anybody who wasn't an established business owner, then they have their baby. So I felt like I was going backwards. And that was hard because I had to keep propelling forward for the team in order to have them, to have work going for them, really, let's face it. You know? And during my pregnancy, I had the worst. I had prenatal depression as well.
Oh, wow.
So I was in a place where I was really protecting myself and I was not in a mood to work. And ultimately, I have a team of, there were 4 of us, 4.5. We had a part-time person, but we had a designer. We had Michelle, who was our procurement specialist, and then we had like our design assistant. None of them were sales. None of them were client-facing, bringing in jobs. And for about 8 months before I had my baby, I would say the first month I was still like in denial. But in 8 months, I was not out looking for jobs. And postpartum, I wanted to protect my little girl. So for about almost a full year, I don't think we had any new projects. So it was hard. It was really, really hard for me to not know that there's not going to be income in order for me to make payroll, to pay all these expenses. And we're in a studio. We got all these bills to pay. It was just really overwhelming. And when I was not in the right mental state to work, everything crumbles. And that's where I've learned that going forward when I'm rebuilding this team, because right now I'm really in this phase of rebuilding and recalibrating the structure of how we do things. I can't be the foundation to the house anymore, you know? I need
the only thing that's holding it up,
like everything's resting on you.
Correct.
But again, to give yourself credit, like, you just had to make hard decisions. So I hear what you're saying, that it is easier to start a business when you already have a baby because you can build the business around the family life you're wanting to have. But you did that too, which was brave and probably very hard, which you're saying is you had to scale down. I think you had to change your studio possibly. And those are tough decisions, but you did do it. And hopefully that did give you some peace and a little bit of space to heal yourself and become the new version of yourself.
It's so funny you said this because I told you guys I took a break from podcast world for 2 whole years because I can't listen to another person telling me how I should run my business.
Listening,
Not
yeah.
that, yeah, and it's not a bad thing because podcasts really built my business. Something that I didn't mention was being from a whole different country and not knowing how interior design business works. Listening to your podcast was my university. Like you guys were, you, Luann's, these were the only 2 podcasts that I listened to, and it really built my business. Like the 2
you got the full opposite ends
full
of the
spectrum.
Because 2020 for us, when you were first listening, was a rough time. So yes,
oh my God.
But also to see the change in that amount of time is really great. But you're right. Yeah, Luann's got a very for well-designed business. She's leaps and bounds ahead of where we were starting at and moving in. So you probably got doing. You got both sides of the coin when you started.
I did get both sides of the coin, and that's fantastic because listening to established podcasters and listening to all her established guests versus starting out with you guys who was so raw, so real. I'm not, there's no comparison game, it feels like I'm really, it's
absolutely
different. So the both of you were really the 3 of you were really my university, but I did take a break when I was going through my episode of pregnancy, right?
Yeah.
But then I recently start back up, and this is also a whole different conversation. But I recently listened to that episode where you were interviewing your the hypnotherapy coach.
Coach Jackie.
Coach Jackie, yeah. So I recently listened to that.
Around manifestation
it really hit me hard because I had my own journey of going to hypnotherapy. I've never done therapy in my life, but one of the girls that I let go told me, I think you should go see a therapist. And she referred me to the hypnotherapist, Shelly Eller. And 3 sessions in, I picked myself back up. Aww. 3 sessions in. She introduced me to a whole new world of manifestation, of just believing in the universe. What you put out there in the world is really what you receive. And after I let everyone go, after I let all of our team go except Michelle, because we still have projects going on and we still need to keep the ship running. So after I let everyone go, I kid you not, 2 days later, 3 clients who disappeared on me came back.
Wow. And you're ready then. If they'd come a week before, you probably would have been overwhelmed.
Yes and no. I think I felt like I was overwhelmed because 2 days later, I'm like, wait, did I make a mistake of letting everyone go?
That's okay.
I mean, you're like, oh my God, what do we do?
I know. I'm like, hey, is this just kidding? Let's hire everyone back.
Oh no. That's amazing.
But yeah, so I think I picked myself back up really quickly after the episode. And I think you just got to get down in the trenches before you really get back up. You see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, and maybe you just needed a shift. It sounds like the team was working, but maybe there were things that just felt it was too many people to be responsible for when you're now just newly responsible for the most important person in your life. So maybe you just needed less responsibility because new motherhood, that's the thing that I remember just being so struck by. Wait, I never can get away mentally or emotionally. This person is relying on me so much. And that was a really new feeling to be relied on so heavily. And it's a lot. It's a huge change. So
it is a lot. And I think also not having a village, my family isn't out here.
Yeah.
I don't have my parents here. They did visit for a whole month when Meadow was just born. But not having your village and hoping that everybody that you can count on will support you is not the right way of doing things, in business, I meant, not in life.
It's really hard to feel like you're alone.
Yeah. And like you said, I think I really just needed to shift because the moment I let everyone go, that huge weight came off my shoulders, and that whole cliche saying of when one door closes, another door opens.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I'm thriving. I'm surviving now, right? She is.
So you're coming out of a little bit of baby land, which my friend calls it baby jail. She's like for like 2 years you're in baby jail. Like that's all you can really do is like survive that.
I could see how that could be like a baby jail. It's been amazing. It's been nothing
just
short
with
of
work.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's a jail you keep picking to go back to because you're like, no, but I love her, and you're having like that's the conflict of all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that with everybody.
Of course. I think it's hard if you are a mom who you're an established business owner and then becoming a mom. I hope that my story kind of resonates because I tried finding people who did my version of running a business, and I really haven't found anybody who really resonated with me. And it's hard. Like I've got my mom group of friends who some of them are unemployed or some of them are just working for an employer, so they can't really relate to the struggles of having your business being your first baby and then you actually have your first baby, you know?
Yeah. They both really need you.
Yep.
And for the other part that we like forget about this is also that like among all of this, the perspective of you are in a completely different culture and geography, and it's your husband and his family are like they're closer to where I am in the Long Beach area, and so that's how we crossed each other's paths when you had some stuff that was local. But I could see how so much of that all piling in at once could feel really isolating and separating, and that's not like the helpful mix that you want in the trail mix sometimes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me tell the story.
Of course.
I mean, so many of our listeners are mothers or want to be. So it's a lot. And I don't think people talk about it a lot.
No.
Yeah.
It's not all beautiful Instagram photos.
I'd like to just ask you a few things about like what's coming up next for you and for Jubilee. Like now you have it seems like you have a little bit of clarity on where you're at now and you can see that. So what do you see next for yourself or for Jubilee?
Yeah, I think clarity is a really, really good word. We are extremely dialed in our vision right now. Extremely dialed in. I think I've never been so clear about where this direction of the company is heading. Especially, it's really serendipitous because like we're turning 5 years this month. We're going through a huge rebranding. It's still going to be Jubilee Interiors, but like website, colors, fonts, all not just the pretty stuff, but like our vision, our mission statements are all very structured right now.
Sure.
We know what's next. So whenever the team is coming on board, they know where we're going. What's next? So rebranding, we're gonna rebuild a new team. We recently also just got my first dream project. I've always been manifesting a new construction custom home build. And it is fortunate for me, but unfortunate. So it came out of an unfortunate circumstance. It is one of the Palisades rebuild.
Oh.
It's not a dream project with where it derived from, but it is a dream project collaborating with architects and builders to actually do a custom home from ground up. And the clients are amazing clients. They were actually one of my very first few clients when I started the business. And just seeing the progress of this project coming up, it's really giving me so much excitement. We're going to do our presentation next week. So I'm really, really excited.
Exciting.
But,
I mean, they must be so excited too to finally be like making progress to something positive and dreaming
I think
what their future looks like.
I cannot speak for them, but I truly believe that they're really excited about the progress of building their dream home.
Yeah.
You know, they're really customizing every single element in their house where in the past they actually just bought it when it was pre-built, right? And the excitement level is contagious when like working in a partnership and collaboration like this. Everybody just wants to see this vision come to life. So we're all in alignment, all in one accord. The collaboration has been so wonderful thus far. And I really want to keep working in this direction. Like I want to keep doing more custom homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I want that for you too. Congrats.
Thank you.
I want that for all of us.
I know. I think there's so much going on. 5 years, rebranding, dream project. I think personally there's a lot of things moving in my life too. or house hunting. So so there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
You get to do your own home. Exciting.
That's a lot of life events all at once. And I'm sure that we're all like, I personally have felt like, oh my God, so much happens so fast and everything. But I think the difference is that, like, for me, the pace of things that I'm ready to move at, I'm often the one moving slower than the pace of things that can come into my life. And so that's something that's standing out from a lot of what you're sharing, is that maybe we're sometimes not in that space where we need, like, it's okay, we're driving in the slow lane for a little bit. Or maybe we just pulled over and stopped in a Target parking lot. Like, we need to take pauses in our life sometimes. And yes, all of those other things are still moving quickly around us. And it's about finding when we're ready to start taking on those things, because they're all still out there. And that's something that jumped at me from you talking about that manifestation journey, is that all those things are there. As soon as you're ready and you're in a place, that the work is there, the right people are there. Come. Yeah, the environment you're trying to create, the home you want to build, those things they're already there. It's just waiting for you to be in the place that you can hear them and accept them and nurture them. So
it works for me. It will work for anybody. Honestly, I think like putting the right words out into the universe. It's crazy. Like, I told you I took a 2-year hiatus from listening to podcasts, right?
Yeah.
I listened to one of Luann's episode, and I told her, like, hey, I want to be a guest on your podcast. How do I do that? And she told me, girl, go back to episode 1000 something something. And I explained why I'm not interviewing new guests anymore. So she's not taking on new guests. So I'm like, all right, well, I put it out in the world. It didn't happen. And that's fine with me. I don't mind that. 3 days later, Sean, you texted me when I was listening to your voice, the both of you talking in my car on my drive, and like, Sean Surha, new text message.
Weird.
And then you're like, wait, my philosophy is say yes. Like,
well, or ask. Like, that's the thing is like, yes, sometimes you need to take a break and you need to acknowledge that. But sometimes you also need to just ask and also say what you want. I think a lot of us are afraid to say what we want because we think it's not going to work, or life's just going to give me lemons, whatever.
Right.
But if you're really open to just having the dream, I think that's the first step a lot of times. Like, a lot of times we're scared to want something.
Yeah. My good friend Jennifer Davis from Davis Interiors, who actually runs the Midwest Design Retreat, our saying is never ask, never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Really, you never ask, you never know. True. Like, she's building her new studio, and like, it's a huge expense. So she started asking all these different vendors, will you sponsor? And like, half of them says yes. So you never ask, you never know.
That's really smart.
I want to leave our hotties with that, but before we do, can you tell them where they can follow along with what you and Jubilee are doing?
Of course. We're on Instagram. We're on Pinterest. We're on LinkedIn. Instagram handle was jubilee.interiors. I hate that dot, but Jubilee Interiors was taken. And our website is jubilee-interiors. So.
Perfect. Can't have another dot on it.
I know. And guess what? JubileeInteriors.com is a firm in Singapore. Can you believe that?
Really?
I know.
Oh, the universe has a lot lot of messages for us. Yeah.
I know. But so we're all the different platforms. I think we're just not on TikTok
yet.
Is anybody on TikTok?
Exactly.
I go through phases.
I have one just because I wanted to make sure that like you're saying, when you want to get a handle and then it's not available. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll reserve it on Threads and anywhere. Like, anytime a new platform comes out, that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just make one with Instead on it, like just in case. You never know. It doesn't always mean we have to use them, but I'm really excited that you did share with us and that it manifested in this way that we were looking for each other to talk to each other about our stories together. So thank you for being with us, Judi.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I love our conversations.
Thank you. Thank you for listening and being back with us. We really appreciate it.
And until next time,
stay hot, designers. Thanks for listening to the Hot Young Designers Club podcast.
For more on what we talked about today, check out the show notes.
Your support helps us grow, so share with your design besties.
And subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
Our conversations continue on Instagram.
And be sure to download our monthly resources on our website and our Patreon.